Hey peepsy doodles. So I want to do a video today. Excuse my balloons, we had a party here. I wanted to do a video today showing you guys my new house plants. I know that sounds ridiculous. Some people really get house plants and some people don't. Ever since we moved into our house, I've always been a huge fan of plants and herbs, and at our apartment I just couldn't grow them to save my life. When we moved here, I have my outdoor garden, my outdoor pots, things just grow and everything makes me so happy, and I've always wanted to have an indoor gardening thing of sorts, but I never really felt like I could because we have a cat that eats plants, and so I just kind of stayed away from it. Well, a few days ago, Jenna Marbles uploaded a video and it was a tour of her houseplants, and I was so invested in this video, and it was 30 minutes of just her talking about her houseplants, and I was so excited, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I went out the next day. I watched it Wednesday night. I went out Thursday. I was like, I'm getting a houseplant and I'm so excited. And so I did. I got 2 that day of the same variety. And then today I picked up a few more, and I am just really, really excited to show you guys what I have and kind of the story behind some of them and their names. Because while spirit, as far as spirit talking to me, that kind of comes and goes, plants talk to me all the time. Almost all of my plants have names, and I name things like crazy, but the plants actually tell me what their names are, and so there's stories behind that. But anyway, so I'm gonna get started. How do I flip y'all around? I don't even know. I don't even think I can. I don't think I can flip you around. I think that this is just how it is. So this, oh my goodness. Okay, you can kind of see. Ooh, this is going to be awkward. This is a pothos plant. This is a golden pothos. I don't know if you can tell from, there are a bunch of different varieties of pothos. The one that I'm also very excited to get is neon, because it's this bright green and it's freaking gorgeous. So this guy has vines that hang down, and it's just freaking gorgeous. So I'm super excited about him. So originally, this guy I named Ethos, and the other one in my bedroom I named it Pathos, because Ethos and Pathos, it's a pothos plant, haha. Well, then this one was no, my name is Ethan. And I was like, fine, bro. Your name's Ethos, but I'll call you Ethan. That's fine. And then the other morning I came out here and he's like, no, that's not my name. My name's Elias. And I said, all right, you got to figure out what bro, which one you want? You want Ethan? You want Elias? And he's like, no, I want Elias. And I'm like, okay. So now this is Ethos, but he likes to be called Elias. So this is Elias, my golden pothos plant. So now we will head off to the bedroom for more things. Kevin's put my daughter to bed, so okay. So this, let's see how well you can see this. Okay, this is my other pothos plant here on my desk. The nice thing about pothos is not only are they extremely hard to kill, they're a very, very easy plant for beginners, but they do really well in low light. So I have him kind of in front of my window that only gets the evening light, and he is a, quote, climber, which is what it said on the store card, but all pothos plants can be climbers if you train them. That one just happens to be in a hanging pot. This one just happens to be on a trellis that I bought him with her. This one was originally called Pathos. She told me very distinctly yesterday that her name is Patricia, and I said, all right, girl, which attitude, call me self. So this is Patricia. So we're gonna move on. The rest of my plants are here in my bathroom, which I know sounds weird, but there are a lot of plants that are really, really good in your bathroom because of the warmer Usually bathrooms are warmer, and the higher humidity, it makes it so that when you take a shower, when you take a bath, and you get all the condensation, you don't have to mist a lot of the plants that take higher humidity as often because they're already getting it when you take your shower and whatnot. So, first of all, these little guys right here, excuse my toilet, these little guys are actual clippings from my pothos plant from Elias. So you take little clippings and you put them in water, and I researched how to do it. And the ends here, if done correctly and kept at a warm temperature, hence the bathroom, will start sprouting roots, and then this will become a plant of its own. And the really cool thing about the pothos plant is that it can live in soil like it is, or it can live entirely with its roots in water. So you see those plants a lot of times that are in vases, and you can see their huge ball of roots, and like they live like that. That is a pothos plant. So this one I am propagating to hopefully grow roots and start growing on its own so that it can live entirely in water. So this is an experiment to see if I'm doing it right, and I'm really, really excited for that. This is one that I got today. This, I'm sure a lot of you know, this is an aloe plant. He is a tad bit finicky. I'm gonna call him freaking Finicky Rick here in a second. He came home, and him and I have not super bonded yet. I knew that I wanted an aloe plant. I knew that bathrooms are a really good place for an aloe plant to live, but he hasn't really given me a name yet. I was talking to my sister-in-law, and she's like, "Ooh, what if you name him?" I don't remember what she said. And he was like, "No." And she goes, "Okay, what about Morpheus?" And I was like, "Bro, what about Morpheus?" And he's like, "You can call me Murphy." And I was like, "I'll take Murphy," which happens to be my skeleton's name that's out in the kitchen. He's like, "No, I don't like that either." But he's very silent. So I haven't got much as far as a name from this guy yet, but that's okay. We will warm up to each other, and it will be fine. Because the whole thing with the plants that I get, usually when if I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a plant, it's kind of like a crystal. I have to pick it up like I have to be drawn to it. It has to be like, no, this has to come home with me. And I think with the aloe plant, I was excited to have an aloe plant, but it wasn't like oh my God, this one like has to come home with me. So him and I haven't really had like that deep bonding connection yet like I have with all my other ones in the house. So once that happens, I think I'll get a little bit more information out of him. But anyway, so this girl up here, oh my God. This is my ivy. She is, her scientific name is Hedera helix, but Hedera means ivy, so she is an English ivy or a European ivy or just a common ivy. So she is wonderful for bathrooms because they're high humidity, they're tropical, they usually live on like tropical forest floors, so they can go anywhere from high light to low light, because being on the forest floor, you usually don't get a ton of light. They kind of thrive everywhere. It's kind of hard to kill them. I guess they're a tad bit more finicky indoors as opposed to just going crazy outdoors, but they are supposedly one of the plants that are harder to kill, also known as easier to keep alive. So what I've done here is when I found her, I was like, I have to have it. Like I picked it up and I'm like, oh wow, this is gorgeous. And I put it back and I just kept thinking about her. I was like, I have to have her. So what I did was I ended up taking her vines, which were super long to begin with. I don't know if I can get it any brighter for you. And I wrapped it around the trellis. Here I've got like, I don't know if you can see it, I've got a little starfish hanging above my bathroom. And so I'm trying to train her to grow and wrap around my windowsill so that she will grow that way. And also the cool thing about English ivy is that she will, you can also propagate her. So when they get too long, you can go through and trim her back, and then you can use those, propagate them in water, just like I did with, well, I think it's water. I haven't actually researched how to propagate her yet. But you propagate them just like the other one until you get roots, and then you can start another plant of her. So, super excited. Oh, and her name is Lucy. That basically came to me like as soon as I got her in the car. it was like, oh, Lucy. Like, it just kind of, I was thinking about, because I think my pothos plant is also known as devil's ivy. And I was thinking of her, and she was an ivy, and then devil's ivy came into my head, and then Lucifer came into my head, and then I thought of Lucy out of Lucifer, and like, she was just like, yeah. But anyway, so her name is Lucy. For the time being, sometimes I feel like I name plants, and then I come in the next day, and they're like, hey, yeah, you got that wrong. My name is actually this. It's like, oh, okay, I apologize. But for now, her name is Lucy. I don't know if I told you this little guy's name. My little propagation plant here, that's Clementine. So you have Lucy, my ivy, Clementine, my little clippings, Aloe, Mr. Finicky Rick, no name, my pothos plant out here, which is Patricia, and my pothos plant out in the living room, which is Elias. So I had another plant in my cart, pepperonia plant, I think is what they're called, but I didn't have a deep connection. It was just one that Aria picked out, and I was like, yeah, I want one of those at some point, and I ended up putting it back, and I'm glad I put it back, because I don't want to have too many plants too fast without knowing how the ones that I already have here are going to react and how they're going to do, and I have them in certain areas to see if they do well, and then if they don't do well, I want to move them. I know that the pothos plants, which I have now 3 in my house, are toxic to cats and dogs, so I have to make sure that wherever I put those, that my cats can't get to them. But yeah, so I'm having a really, really good time. I'm having a ton of fun researching them online and looking up all that I can about indoor gardening and decorating, and I also, I kind of went a little overboard. I also subscribed to a succulent monthly box where you pay $10 a month plus shipping, and you get 2 succulents sent to your house with all kinds of information. And I was really, really excited about those. So I tried it because the first month was like $5 off. So I tried that. So that's coming too. And I'm just really, really excited about it all. So anyway, I know this was a random video, but you guys know how I get super excited about things, and I'm super excited about this, so bear with me because I will probably be sharing all my new plants that I get on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're not on my Instagram, it's Pyper's Hollow, PYPERHSHOLLOW, and I'm Pyperh on Facebook. So anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on how these guys are all doing, and I will see you later.